Alright, welcome to the video. This build is on the Hunter. I am making this due to the views from the last video on the Titan. Actually did pretty solid. Some people clearly wanted to see the Titan build, so I'm going to make this Hunter one as well, which I mentioned in that video. This is using the Caliban's hand. This is another ignition-based kind of build. Good for lower tier enemies. This isn't as much. This isn't as good for like high tier, like Grandmasters or Masters or stuff like that. I don't think I'd use this really in a raid, but if you're just trying to kill enemies, have fun, this is a super fun exotic this season. So, to start off with, I'm using Gambler's Dodge. You can honestly use Acrobat's Dodge, but Gambler's is going to get your melee back every time you dodge near an enemy, just in case you don't get the kill for the melee. Triple Jump, use whatever jump you like. I'm using Proximity Knife. I've seen people use Weighted Knife and stuff like that for more ignitions and things, so I'm using the Proxy Knife. I got Solar Grenade. You want On Your Mark, where Precision Final Blows grant you and nearby allies increase. Like, you really don't even need this, to be honest. You could swap out for Gunpowder Gamble, but you're going to have less fragments. So I'm only really using this for the more fragments. And it's still kind of nice. You can't really go wrong with weapon hand. We have Knock 'em Down. Also, kind of just using it because while Radiant Final Blows with your equipped throwing knife fully refund your melee energy. That's the only reason I have this on, to be honest. And I guess you get more super projectiles or whatever. For fragments, this is where it gets actually important, so really none of this stuff matters, except for Proximity Knife. We have Ember of Searing, so defeating scorched targets grants melee energy. You're doing that all the time. So it doesn't matter if you're scorching with your weapon, doesn't matter if you're scorching with the melee, it's going to give you this energy back. We have Ember of Char, so your solar ignition spreads scorch to affected targets. This is awesome. Say I kill an enemy with a throwing knife and there's a couple enemies around him, he'll detonate and it'll spread scorch to all those guys as well. And it'll start doing ignitions. Your solar ignitions have increased area of effect. This is bigger radius, obviously, win-win. We have powered melee attacks against combatants, make you and nearby allies radiant. Another good one, 25% weapon damage. Can't go wrong with this one either. You apply more scorch to targets. That's going to make it easier to ignite enemies using just like my SMG with incandescent. So say I kill a couple of those guys and it hits them, it'll also detonate those guys as well. But this is mainly for the throwing knife. This is pretty much just a throwing knife build where your guns come in second. So that's that. We'll start with the helmet. I did an arc helmet just to use hands-on, so I get my super back even faster on melee kills. You're always getting melee kills, so I did hands-on. I also did Seeking Wells, that way I don't have to run and get them, because you're making so many wells with this build. It's kind of I just find it annoying having to run around and grab them. So if they come to me, I'll get the energy from that. This is the whole bread and butter of the build. You roast them, so your Proximity Knife scorches targets, it damages with its explosions. Doesn't matter if it hits them or hits the ground next to them and blows up. It also ignites targets on final blow. So you want to try to hit them, but you don't have to. After throwing the Proximity Knife, you gain increased melee regeneration until the knife explodes. So I have pretty low strength, but I believe if you have tier 5, which I'm close to, I believe if you just throw your knife and it doesn't detonate that entire time until it detonates, you'll get your entire melee back. I believe that's how that works. I'm not sure on the regeneration, 100%, but I'm using fastball for more grenade distance. I wish this was like an intrinsic perk always. Impact induction, causing damage with a melee attack reduces your grenade cooldown. You're always doing this, so I get my grenade back pretty quick. And then Bountiful Wells, this just means like anytime I get a melee kill and make wells, it'll spawn an extra well. You can also put on like Well of Ordnance or something like that, but I don't find you need that. Bountiful Wells is by far the way to go. Or not Bountiful Wells. Yeah, it was the gloves. For the chest piece, we have Melee Well Maker. This is how I make the wells. Any melee kill makes 2 wells. Also have Armor of the Undying Star. You can obviously change that eventually and put on other crap when this is not here, but that's what I'm using currently. The boots, I have Recuperation, Absolution, Well of Life. Well of Life just gives you more health regeneration, quicker health regeneration. You could also change this out for another Bountiful Wells if you want to make more wells. I do swap it back and forth sometimes, depends on the content, but Well of Life I've found more fun. And the cloak I throw on Bomber, so reduces grenade cooldown when using class ability. You don't use your class ability a lot, but occasionally you do. Solar Fulmination. This is a good one. It's not needed, obviously, but it just currently your ignitions do more damage and an increased radius. I'm not sure how much it is. I want to say like 7-8 meters, which is a good amount. I do recommend it, but when this is gone, like if you're in the future and this mod no longer exists, don't worry about it. You're not gonna really need it. Put on like another Bomber or something else, or whatever else you want to use. And I threw another Bountiful Wells. Make even more wells. So that's that. I'm going to take it into a strike, try it out. I wish it was solar burn or something today, so I could show you how crazy this can be with just like a bonus. It's pretty wild. There's another build you can do too with a Humkara spine, using the same knife, but using trip mine grenades as well. You can just basically have unlimited abilities. I can make a build on that too if anyone wants to check that out. We'll have to let me know in the comments if you want to do anything. I can make another build here based on these things. Things are pretty crazy. For stats, honestly, resilience, discipline, strength, mine's all over the place right now because I just have random things on. Like, I don't know why I have 123 discipline, but I do. Let's see if I can get my resilience up real quick. There. My discipline's high. Wow. Alright. So yeah, I'm using tractor cannon with this. Any incandescent weapon. This thing works great for this. I just kind of threw this on, just in case I'm fighting an enemy, like a boss or something. It doesn't make a difference. I believe it's void burn today, so I just threw that on. So this is all you need. Go to a strike, try it out. Today. Oh, Solar Singe and Grenadier. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. It's been a little while since I used this. This was like the build I was using probably a few weeks ago before I started playing the Titan. It was that Consecration Solar build I put together the other day. I've been using that for everything. It's just so fun. Constant health regeneration, you can murder everything, but don't think this is not a good one. This setup works really well. It's a little bit more distance though. You're not up in stuff's face as often. You kind of are, kind of aren't. You can't handle bosses as well, stuff like that, because you're basing it off of your knife. Another cool thing that you can do though for ignitions is hit an enemy with a solar grenade, and then hit him with a knife, or vice versa. That'll cause an ignition. That's two scorch sources that will cause an ignition. You can just combo those. Same thing works for these gloves with trip mine and the knife. Pretty solid.
Picking up some dense darkness readings nearby. I'll bet the Scorn are congregating in that old worm breeding ground again.
Oh, yeah, you must be right.
Whoa.
Mind taking care of it?
Area didn't load
Not
in or
at
something.
all. Heading in now.
Got a pretty good strike to show this off in. Want you to see how many enemies one knife can take out, like lower tiered enemies. Even majors though sometimes. Like it can handle enemies pretty well. Oh. All the wells, they're just gonna come to me. Dead. 45,000 off him, and I caused another 45,000 because I hit him with the grenade right there while he was scorched from the knife. That dude got 2 ignition sources off on him. This build's nasty. And it's really easy to put together. You just need the mods. Really, the most important thing is the gloves and the mods. Everyone has the fragments unlocked. It's just getting the rest. Don't ever use throwing knife on anything that explodes. Don't use it on Shanks, don't use it on Screams. You won't get it back. I don't know what it is with that, but those guys are all dead. Yeah, for some reason it just doesn't work for stuff like that too well. All of those guys are dead. You see how quickly I get my super energy. Watch your super energy bar when I take out a couple enemies. You get quite a lot. Oh, bad throw right there. It's okay. Dodge, get it right back. That guy died. That dude hit him with a grenade, that's it. That was basically the ignition that killed that man. But the Titans is a lot more up close. That Titan build I made yesterday, a lot more up close. Yeah, but it's an easier build to survive with. Like you can just tank damage with that setup. This one you can't tank damage as much. It's not about that. This is more ad clear. This is more for killing the lower tiered enemy, just mass murdering the entire population of whatever you're fighting. Like look at that, dead. 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 You can run through everything with this. And I'm not even trying here. You can tell. I'm just throwing knives. I'm just throwing some knives. And it's fun. I recommend anyone try this out. Just remember, do not use it on screens. Anything that explodes automatically. You will not get it back. The only problem I used to have this setup before they fixed it was the knives for the gloves didn't quite work out too well. Like it was very kind of stingy in how it worked. And the mod I have on my cloak currently used to kill you. That was also kind of a... Thought I spawned in backwards right there, but I guess we're good. You can also see you're always radiant with this build too. Always radiant. And the wells you pick up are always giving you restoration. Nice. It's crazy. I feel bad with this teabag. Can't really do anything. I'm just kind of killing everything. It's not like it takes much effort. You just kind of throw a knife. Everyone but one enemy live right there. You right there. That's crazy. That was what, like 12 of 15, 20 enemies. Just needs to kill them. I missed the knife there. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Scorch enemies with the SMG, you get it right back. That's why I recommend a weapon with this. Like, just dead. Kills everything. The well's coming to me. Love that. That's why this is so good. You could also put glass restoration on and fit the same mod in as well, so you have having more health regeneration. I'm just trying to get out of that because Classy's not going to be here for a whole lot longer. But it is another thing you can do. Glass restoration and solar fulmination. You still have room for like a minor attribute. One. Really good idea. I usually ran that, but honestly, Well of Life, when you're far enough away most of the time, you don't need it. But it's just an added level of craziness if you really thought you needed. I use my side button on my mouse to throw my knife so I can still move around fully and aim as well while throwing it. Makes it a lot easier. I could knife this guy just to kill him. Not even any need. Look at that. Scorch. That's Scorch. Blew him up just with the SMG. It's crazy. You can see you don't even really need your super ever. You can use it. You don't need it. What's that? Double ignition off him. The man got overkilled. Only got a third. He just spawned in over there. I hope this video shows this build off really well. This is some fun. Like, you could just use this for everything. I haven't used my Fatebringer in a little while now. I've been using that new 120 from the Solstice event. I think it's pretty fun. I heard they're nerfing that perk on it now, though. I don't blame them. Got them doing crazy things. Try to get a dodge off, I didn't have it ready. Back in, G. This is crazy. Ugh. Forgot about that guy who jumps all the time. Mission. Love that.
Ikora, the worm breeding ground is clear of scorn.
Yeah, that's that.
For now, anyway.
They'll be back, I'm sure.
Pretty
But
solid
your
build.
efforts continue to hold them off.
Very fun.
Good work as always.
Let's see how many kills that was. Just playing. Just play normally. No real effort. See you down there, Quag. Wait, see you. Hope you see this. Well, GG teammates. Probably won't see that. It's okay. Look at the kills. Just throwing a knife. Casually throwing knives in a strike. Yeah, 389. No effort at all. In 10 minutes. Pretty crazy. Yeah, if you want to try this out, feel free. Let me know in the comments if you like it. Everything you need right there. Any weapons. I definitely recommend Callus Mini Tool or the new Solstice shotgun that also has incandescent. Or the Drang with incandescent. That's all. If you liked the video, please drop a like, eh? Don't forget to subscribe. Have a good day.